Make sure you know this about Social Security. So I was dealing with these folks yesterday. We'll call them Don and Mary Bell. All right. And the legends just crushing. It's just funny because we're talking to them and I just like, oh, you're going to be fine. And because I've done this a million times a Sunday. I've been a financial planner since 1998. I just know who's going to be okay. And I could see he thought he'd have to work until he's 70. He's 67 now. I said, no, what's he talking about? And I could see just in his face, like, well, I don't know about that, man. I could see he was like doubting me. I said, how dare you? His wife's like, he just wants to make sure at 70 he can retire. And I was like, dude, he can retire yesterday, man. How dare you, Josh? Well, I said, dude, I mean, how much you guys spend? $7,000, $8,000 a month. How much is your Social Security? $6,000 a month, $7,000 if we take at 70. Between he and his wife, I said, so your spending is almost all being met by Social Security. You got $1.5 million. Okay. And my wife is texting me right now while I'm talking. I said, did you actually think you could have retired? He goes, I don't know, man. I don't know. I said, all right, let's run these numbers. And sure enough, not only they're retiring, they got everything in money market and all that. And he's like, there's not run out of money, man. I said, you're going to 100% probability of success given the models I use, which is a 3.2% rate of return because he's all in a money market CDs right now with a 2% standard deviation, just not run out of money. But remember, his issue is he wants to make sure his wife doesn't run out of money. All right, when he's going to survive her by 4 years, because just like my better half, we're both 4 years older, and just like my better half, the better half stayed home to raise the kids. In fact, his wife is a freaking legend times 2. She's taking care of her mom and her aunt as well. I was like, damn, and they got grandkids. I was like, jeez. And their kids only live like 5 miles away from where they live, or 5 minutes. I was like, it's like... Some of these women are just freaking legends. Oh, but they shouldn't get a spousal benefit, you freaking morons. Anyway, so we're talking about the spousal benefit. I said, look, all right, so Donnie, his benefit at full retirement age is $39.31, all right? And he's basically right there. He's beyond full retirement age right now because he was born in 1958. So his full retirement age benefit, or his full retirement age is 66 and 8 months. And I think he just turned 67. So his full retirement age is, we'll just say for simplicity, $4,000 a month. That's his PIA, his primary insurance amount. That's the amount he gets at his full retirement age. So Mary Bell, because just like Charlotte, my beautiful, doesn't have a huge track record of her own work, she's going to get the grade of her own benefit or half of Donnie's. Well, in this case, just like Charlotte, is going to be half of Donnie's. So Donnie's PIA is $4,000. So Mary Bell, what do I call it? Mary Bell, yeah. Mary Bell, when she hits 67, her benefit will be $2,000 of Don's $4,000, which is, even in my lump of coal here, is $2,000. So Don will get $4,000, she'll get $2,000. Now remember, she's 4 years younger than old Don there, all right? Come on, puppy. There we go. There's Pablo. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Achoo! Excuse me. Sorry, baby. Paul said, Dad, what the hell was that? All right, so now, but I'm encouraging Don to take Social Security at 70 because his biggest thing is he wants to make sure that Mary Bell does not run out of money. I said, you should take it at 70, and then your benefit won't be $4,000. Your benefit will be basically $5,000 with the 8% cost, 8% delayed earnings credits, and then the basically 2.4% cost of living adjustments. And then they thought, and like most people do, that her benefit would be $2,500 a month. I said, no. Her benefit will still be half of your PIA. Her benefit does not increase with your delayed earnings credits. It does not. You're always going to get half of his PIA regardless of when he takes it. It's only contingent on when you take it. So if he takes it later, in terms of 70, you will not get an increase in your spousal benefit, Mary Bell or Mary Beth. Your spousal benefit will be maxed out at $2,000 a month because $4,000 a month is Donnie's PIA. All right. I know it's confusing, but you got to know this. So if Donnie defers taking Social Security until he's 70, that does not increase Mary Beth's spousal benefit at all. Now, it does increase her survivor benefit. Remember, her survivor benefit will be the amount that Don is getting when he dies. All right, so Don dies, as we're assuming, because he's 4 years older and a man. Don dies. Now, Mary Beth will trade in her spousal benefit of $2,000 a month and then instead get the $5,000 a month that Don was getting, but that's called a survivor benefit. All right, so a survivor benefit is the amount that she gets based on what Donnie was receiving. The spousal benefit is the amount she gets based on Donnie's PIA and when she decides to take her benefit as well. So in this case, because she was born in 1962, her PIA, her FRA, full retirement age, is 67, and she's 4 years younger than old Don. I said, Don, when you file at 70, bring Miss Mary Beth down there to file with you for a spousal benefit. You'd probably just do it all online. Now, she will get a reduced amount of basically 8% or so. All right, so basically because she's not at her full retirement age, her benefit amount, the spousal benefit, won't be $2,000, it'll be $2,000 minus 8%, which is what, $160. So she'll get $1,840 or so. So Dawn will have $5,000 a month, and she'll get $1,840. All right, she won't get half of the $5,000. I cannot stress this enough. All right. The reason I say take it early, in this case, only just take it when Dawn files, even if it's a reduced a little bit, because that way, if Dawn dies too early, you still got some of the benefit off of your record. All right. So that's what I tell with me and my wife, too. I mean, if I wait till I'm 70, I'll take it. If I take it at 67, I'm still going to have Charlotte file, because if I die too soon, then Charlotte gets no benefit, no spousal benefit at all. She just switches over to a survivor benefit. So remember, the survivor benefit is half of your spouse's PIA. That's a spousal. Did I say spousal? The spousal benefit. I can't remember what I said. The spousal benefit is half of your spouse's PIA, primary insurance amount, the amount that he would get at his full retirement age. The survivor benefit is whatever he was getting upon his death. And I'm assuming you took the benefit at 67. If you took it early, it could be different, it'd be less. But I just want to say, if you wait till your full retirement age, the survivor benefit you get when your husband dies will be the full amount he was receiving at death. It's the spousal benefit that is half of his primary insurance amount. Got to get those two things going. So again, survivor benefit and spousal benefit, two completely different things. Don takes his benefit at 70. How much is Mary Beth benefit? It's half of his PIA, which is $4,000. Don dies at 80. How much is Mary Beth's benefit? It's $5,000 that he was getting plus the cost of living adjustments. Yeah, I know I just made it even more confusing than it needs to be, but that's me. That's me. I confuse people. And Pablo, give a thumbs up for Pablo. God bless. I got to do some pressure washing because my wife is apparently in charge. Who knew? Oh, yeah, I did. For the last 25 years, I knew. All right, God bless.